Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, however and whenever you are choosing to practice. My name is 𝗔𝗿𝘁𝗶𝘀𝘁'𝘀, and in today's practice, we're focusing on stretching. Before we go any further, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of these secret tools and amazing 30-minute workouts. In today's practice, we'll need a strap, a block, or two. I like to use cork blocks, but if you prefer foam blocks, that's completely up to your discretion. And we'll also use a bolster. The links to all of these products are available below. Let's get started. We'll come onto our backs, 90 degrees cactus arms, and heel toe your feet as wide as your mat, your knees slightly in towards each other. Take a moment here. Let your body start to adjust to its natural S curve. Feeling free to keep the eyes closed, you might draw the knees over to the right side without moving your feet. Go ahead and scan from the inside out, the left side of your ribs, the outer part of the hip, the outer part of your thigh. Notice if you might be over-efforting, forcing, gripping, or even judging. Slowly let your feet come back to center. No rush here at all. Allow the inner thighs to naturally roll in and work your knees in towards each other. Then pause here as your sacrum and your lower back adjust to its natural S curve. Without moving your feet, let your knees now fall over to the left side. And if it feels comfortable for you, you can go ahead and keep the eyes closed, inviting your awareness into your internal realm. Let your tongue drop to the bottom half of your mouth and start to scan the right side of your rib cage, the outer hip, the outer thigh. Just noticing if there is any small observance that you can find or difference between this side and the other. Slowly let your feet come back to center, no rush at all. Let your pelvis naturally come back to its S curve without moving the body too much. See if you can start to heel toe your feet underneath your knees. We'll extend our left leg in front of us and keep peeling the toes back towards you. And then invite your right knee in, interlacing your fingers around your right shin bone. Circle the ankle a few times in one direction, a few times in the opposite direction. You might peel your head off of the earth, your shoulders. Maintain space here for an apple between your chin and your chest, and start to soften and deepen that right side hip flexor. We'll lift that left leg up, not to cause tension, but just to stoke the fire. And if it's too much, you can always lower it back down. Just taking one more smooth breath here to inhale. Exhale and lower that left leg. Lower your head and your shoulders. And then we'll cross the right leg over to the left side. Here's where you'll need your bolster. So hopefully it's close by. And you'll cross that right leg over, propping it up. If it feels okay for you, you can take your left hand to the outer part of that right thigh and keep your right elbow 90 degrees, soft cactus here, or work towards extending that right arm into a half T position. And then close the eyes here and start to visualize the top of your outer right hip moving away from the bottom part of your rib cage. Take a smooth breath here to inhale. And a smooth breath to exhale out. Gently draw that right knee back into the chest. No rush at all. And we'll take our strap this time. I'll move the bolster out of the way. Take your strap and loop it around the ball of your right foot. Let the arm bones fall into the earth and extend that right leg just to 60%. You're not going to your full range here. And then close the eyes, giving yourself enough room with the strap so you're not holding the strap close to the toes. Let your elbows be supported. Let your grip soften. And notice the sensation that's arising in the back of that right hamstring, back of the knee, back of the calf. The unconscious resides in the back body, and when we allow ourselves the spaciousness and the grace to let our bodies lead rather than intellectually forcing, magic happens, wisdom arises. Take both ends of your strap now into your right hand, no rush at all. Draw that right leg over just about 10% until you feel an inner groin stretch. And then pause here. Left hand on top of that left thigh, anchoring the sit bone down. And once again, give yourself enough slack with the strap that the right elbow and right shoulder are on the earth. And take a smooth breath here to inhale, no rush. On your exhalation, we're going to take both ends of the strap now into the left hand. Cross your right leg over to the left side, just about 10%. And then take your right thumb, place it inside of the right hip crease, and draw that right hip down. Now notice if your low back, if your right side butt cheek is coming off of the earth. See if you can anchor the pelvis, anchor the body down. And you might begin to feel some sensation now running from the outer part of that right hip down the IT band, which is the longest muscle, runs down the side of the leg, all the way down to the right heel, outer part of the hip. Keep squeezing and working the inner thighs towards one another. The IT band tends to get very tight for those of us that walk a lot or sit a lot. And slowly draw that right leg back to center, no rush at all. We'll remove the strap, keep it close by, And then we'll take ankle to knee pose here. So deeply flexing our feet. That means peeling the toes back towards us. Cross your right ankle over the top of your left thigh bone. Lift that left leg up and keep working the right side baby toes towards the left side outer thigh. That's called everting your foot. Thread your hands through that left thigh bone and go ahead and draw that left thigh a little bit closer towards you. Right elbow, right tricep on top of the right inner thigh. And you might begin to feel some deep sensation happening in the outer glute. If this hand position doesn't quite feel good for you, you can also try interlacing your fingers on top of your shin bone and drawing that left thigh close towards you. I invite you to keep your eyes closed and feel as if there's traction happening now, moving in opposite directions from your spine. Tailbone moving in one direction, and top of the crown moving in the opposing direction. Slowly release the hands, lower your left leg, uncross your feet, and take a moment here. Let your feet align underneath your hips. Without rushing, extend that right leg in front of you. And this time, we'll draw the left knee into the chest. Interlace your fingers on the left shin bone and circle the ankle a few times in one direction, a few times in the opposite directions. If you're hearing any snaps, any crackles, any pops, that's usually an accumulation of excess air that gets embedded around the joints. And we'll peel the head, the neck, the chest off of the earth. Maintain space for an apple here. And if this is too much on your neck, you can always dial it down and lower the head. You feel like you need to dial it up, you can lift that right leg off of the earth. Just increasing the volume or decreasing the volume here, depending on how your body's feeling. You might be feeling a little fire stoking in the belly. Keep peeling the toes back towards you, flexing the feet deeply as if you're a Flintstone. And then lower that right leg, lower the chest and shoulders. And then we'll cross our left leg. Hopefully your bolster's handy. Cross that left thigh now over to the right side. Stack it on top of your bolster. And then I like to take my left hand to my shoulder and then peel my elbow slowly open, maybe extending if that feels good for you, or keeping it at 90 degrees. Right hand to the outside of that left thigh. Once again, close the eyes here as you work the opposing muscles, feeling the rib cage moving in the opposite direction. You can start to visualize the top of your left hip moving away from the left low rib cage here. And then notice if you might be gripping in the jaw, in the neck, in the shoulders, in the arms. And where can you invite spaciousness, ease? Take a smooth breath here to inhale and slowly draw that left leg back to center, no rush. Find your strap one more time now. Hopefully it's close by. and loop it around the ball of your left foot. Let the arm bones fall into the earth and just extending that left leg again, never holding the strap too high because this affects the shoulders, right? But giving the arm bones a place to rest on the ground, and then from there, lengthening as best as you can without overstraining. The more relaxed we feel as we stretch, the more the body wants to feel as if it's giving way. And if we feel stressed, or if we are stressing our physical body, then guess what? Our body contracts rather than expands. So a great rule of thumb is to always start out at 60%, not going to your full range. And just scanning your body to make sure that no other parts, like the hands, the shoulders, even the jaw, are overworking or overextending energy. Hopefully, you're able to draw the awareness inward and keep the eyes closed and start to notice the sensation that's happening on the back of your left hamstring, back of the knee, back of the calf. See if you can stay a little bit relaxed here and take both ends of the strap now into your left hand. Gently open up that left thigh. Inner groin stretch here. Right hand on top of that right side thigh. Same thing here. We want to work the toes to be peeling back towards us. What that does is it activates the soles of the feet, and it also starts to activate what's known as the earth line, especially if the big toes are working. Take both ends of your strap now into your right hand, no rush. And then gently guide that left leg over to the right side. Be mindful that the buttock is not coming off of the ground. So draw the sacrum down, left thumb inside of the left hip crease, draw it down and away. And then let this right arm be supported as you guide that left leg just about 10% over. Close the eyes here. Notice the sensation of the IT band elongating. If you have watched the previous practices, one of the very first things that I talk about are the hips and the shoulders are the two most injured areas of the body. And they act almost as if they are intersections. This is where all the ligaments, the tendons, the tissues, muscle groups, large muscle groups, they band together around these ball and socket joints because they provide the greatest range of motion. So when we are elongating any of the muscles or tendons that are intersecting in these regions, we always want to exercise caution. Let's move slowly now and draw that left leg back to center. Take your time here. Release your strap, and we'll cross the left ankle over the top of the right thigh. Let's keep the right big toe mound on the ground first, and then evert. That means move the pinky toe towards the ground or towards the outer part of the right thigh. Might feel some sensation. I know I am already. And then let's lift that right leg up. Two options for the hands: threading through, holding onto the back of that right side thigh, left elbow acting as a lever to open up that left inner thigh bone. Second option is to interlace the fingers on top of the right side shin bone. And flex your feet deeply here, as if there's an invisible wall on the side and right in front. One side of our bodies is always a little bit more open and user-friendly. So where can we find grace? We'll slowly lower that right leg down. Take your time here and uncross your left leg. Lengthen your legs in front of you. And hopefully you have enough space here. I'll move some of these props out of the way. We'll take what's called banana asana now, or making a letter C with our bodies. Walk your feet over to the right lower corner of your mat or your space. Leave your hips where they are, and then shimmy your shoulders over to the upper corner. And then take up space with the arms here. Make sure that they're not coming off of the ground or you're trying to hold your hands. Give yourself enough space so that you can turn your head if that feels comfortable for you. It's just an option, turning the head over to the left side armpit. And again, the hands don't have to touch. We want to let the back body be supported here. Big stretch happening on the outside of the latissimus dorsi on the left side, the IT band. Now, if you feel like you need a little bit more intensity, as long as it's not compromising, you can cross that left ankle over the top of the right, and then continue to work that left hip down. It tends to rise up off of the earth. Relax your tongue in your mouth, your jaw. Might even keep the eyes closed. And the beauty of being able to stretch is breathing comfortably and being able to hold these postures, not for static reasons, but because when we give ourselves more time, the muscles tend to soften and relax and expand a little bit more. The deeper the breath, that brings more oxygen to facilitate this expansion within the tissue capacity. We'll move slowly now to shift the crown back to center. Uncross that left leg if it's crossed, and go ahead and walk yourself back to center. No rush at all here, just taking your time. And take a moment in center position before you move to the opposite side. And see if you can feel an energetic flow or an energetic difference running down the left side of this body. We'll do the same thing now on the opposite side. Let's walk the ankles over to the left lower corner. Leave your hips and buttocks where they are. And then shimmy the shoulders to the upper corner. Bring the arms up overhead. And if you have any physical or anatomical differences, like I have scoliosis, this already starts to feel like something is activating and working in my body. So I'm going to pause here. If your head allows for it on this side, you can turn your chin over to the right side armpit. Again, make sure that the arm bones are on the ground and taking up space. The more relaxed and flat that we can stay on the earth, the less resistance that our body will experience. Now, if it serves you and you need a little bit more intensity, you can cross that right ankle over the top of the left. Of course, not at the extent of losing the breath or forcing anything. And keep working the right buttock down to the ground, flattening the back body so that we can take advantage of the deep psoas muscle, which is opening up. That runs from the front of the body, front plane, wraps around the outer hips, goes deep rather into the obliques, wraps up and around to the low back. And these deep muscles, these deep tendons and tissues and wonderful aspects of our bodies require time, require patience, require breath. These practices can be done in the morning or the evening to wind down. They can also be practiced daily so that you're getting the optimum benefits and maximizing the longevity of your body, feeling expansive rather than contracting. Let's take a smooth breath here to inhale. And on the exhalation, you'll gently draw that right side body back to center as you turn your head, uncross the right leg, and shimmy yourself back to a place of feeling centered. Now pause here and let yourself now roll the thighs completely in and completely out, completely in and completely out. And we'll start to roll over onto our bellies. Take your time here. And just make a little pillow for your hands and gently rest your forehead on top of your palms, or the backs of the hands rather. And go ahead and rock your hips side to side here. Just releasing the low back. And you might begin to bring your hands underneath your shoulders and then tuck your toes and then reach your heart forward, lift your pelvis. We're going to move back into what's called child's pose. Big toes touch, belly in between your thighs. Let your forehead be heavy. Keep working the energy line, top of the crown moving forward, tailbone moving back. And then slowly start to roll up one vertebrae at a time. We'll have a seat on our bolster. I'm just coming to what's called easy seat, Sukhasana. Sukha means easy. Asana means seat. And from here, we'll just stretch out the neck, right ear over to the right side shoulder. Let your left shoulder be heavy. Tilt your chin diagonally down. Maintain space for an apple here between chin and chest. Lift the chin diagonally up. We'll take the left ear over to the left side shoulder. Right shoulder's heavy. Tilt the chin diagonally down, maintain space for an apple here. And then tilt the chin diagonally up. Draw the head back to center, no rush at all. We'll stretch the arms around and up. Nice big breath here. Exhale, bring the palms down the midline of your body, pausing right at your heart. And just offering up some gratitude to yourself, to your body, to your spirit, and to this practice. Thank yourself for showing up. And be sure to hit that subscribe button so you are aware of when new practices are available. Have a super wonderful rest of your day, your evening, or whenever you're practicing.